Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening, you are watching Be in the Driver's Seat, and I'm Regina, the queen of Carlones.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Dr. T. Listen, we're gonna have to deal with this every Saturday. She gonna come on singing. Did y'all know she wanted to be Donna Summers?
No, I was Donna Summer backup singer.
Oh, wait,
I
wait.
was on tour with
I
her.
always heard you was 2.0, the upgraded experience.
What does 2.0 mean, though? We
That
might have to
means
let Mike say that. What does
we're
2.0
gonna let
mean?
him say that when he come on.
Okay, well, I'm going to write a note. We're going to let him say that.
What's up, everybody? It's Saturday morning,
It is.
and it's been a good week. How you doing today,
You
Regina?
know what? I'm super excited. You know why?
Why?
I woke up this morning thanking God that I woke up this morning.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah, I feel a little different this morning, y'all, because I don't have my glasses on,
Yeah.
and maybe somebody give me some advice on. I told you I got those two marks on my face here,
Yeah.
and I went to YouTube, and I didn't put the stuff on this morning. Oh, I didn't put it on last night either,
Mm.
but I did my own little what they call it,
Regimen.
regiment
Yeah.
that I got
Your
off
face
someone else off
regimen.
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Why? It's because the glasses put dents in their face
that's
or
what they
something.
did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I keep a dent in my face,
No,
yo.
you don't. You don't
Just
have one.
mm,
You don't.
okay. You
You
just
don't.
don't see it.
I can see very well.
Not today.
Okay. But you know what? So today we are giving away 4 tickets. Let's talk about that before we get
Yeah,
into our word of the day.
man, the tickets are the bomb too, y'all. The tickets will be given away tonight for tonight's show. We got 4 tickets. Who on the show, Regina? You remember?
I'm looking at
Okay,
right.
so we got legendary Coco. She gonna be on the show. That's a
Coco in
Detroit
the house. Coco in
Detroit
the house.
native. We got some more that's gonna be there. Don DC Curry gonna be in the house, and Lavelle Crawford. Who
And
else?
Comic J Will gonna be in the house. Four
Listen,
tickets to get we giving away.
4 tickets. They are good tickets, y'all. Guess what? These tickets are for tonight. If you know that you want to go, please listen to the show. We're giving the tickets away tonight. Listen, it's cold outside. It's cold in the D. Get your furs out. Get your boots out. Get your brims out. Get your jeans ready. Let's go to the Legends of the Laughter tonight.
So what we want you to do this morning, we want to make sure you share if you're watching, if you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram, we want to just make sure you share.
Yeah.
Share our video. Share.
Yeah.
Sharing is that's being
Sharon is
kind.
Karen.
Yeah, sharing is caring. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's right.
Sharing is
Plus,
caring.
you want to watch this show. It's a power pack show. We excited. But look, right now, Regina, let's get into the word of the day because I'm telling you, that word is going to really resonate with a lot of people.
So let me just tell you how we came up with the word today. So
Hmm.
we're traveling in today, right? And I called Dr. T, and sometimes when you have some things going on, you have to understand your value.
Hmm.
Anything you do, right?
Yeah.
And on my way in, I was thinking like, okay, well, let's do appraisals.
Hmm.
But then what led on your heart? You read my mind through the phone, right? She said, let's talk about value. So we always got to put it in the car terms, right? Value with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and off Google says, we got to talk about car values. It refers to the market worth of a new and a used vehicle. Now, the value of a new car typically declines immediately following purchases. The value would then continue to decline annually based on several factors. So the decline is known as depreciation. So when I think about value, I'm thinking about value of a car. The
Hmm.
minute you walk up the lot, your value goes down,
Hmm.
no matter what, unless you're getting a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, right? Or even that value ends up going down, right?
Hmm.
So again, value when it comes personal to me is where, let me just take it personal here. Do you know your worth? You know, Mike,
Hmm.
McGinnis is in the studio. Our council president is in the studio this morning, and he took me way back to when I first started advertising.
Hmm.
He was 13 years, 14 years old, going around Kroger, and I had my face on the shopping cart, right?
Hmm.
And back then, I didn't even know my value. So I was building up to today.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much. You go ahead.
No, no, I think that's good because first of all, we need to understand that you matter simply because you exist. Your
That's right.
value is not dictated on someone else's
Yes.
opinion or what they think
Yeah.
you are. Your worth isn't something that you can earn. It's not something you
Yeah.
can earn. It's
Facts.
already yours.
Facts.
And so sometimes experience lets us, reminds us of our
Mhm.
value. So
Mhm.
when Mike came in and he talked about, I remember the shopping cart, right?
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
just that triggered you to think back like, wow, yeah, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. So sometimes when people look at us, they see the polished piece, right? They
Mhm.
don't see all the
Mhm.
work that it took to get
Mhm.
to where you are now.
Mhm.
And some people they base value on how much stuff they have, what type of relationships they have, where they
Mhm.
live. But
Mhm.
that really doesn't determine your value.
Mhm.
That just determines the stuff you've accomplished or the things you've
Mhm.
acquired. But your value, it's already yours.
But people got to understand your value is not what you drive,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you live.
Hmm.
Your value is you got to know what your value is. It's
Yeah.
not people think because you have material things, you
Hmm.
have money in the bank,
Hmm.
that's the value. It's
But
not about the materialistic things that you have with value
but just think about
because
it.
God can take it away
Yeah, things
in a
can
minute.
change in a twinkling of an eye. We all know that. Just like a lot of people who woke up yesterday, some of them didn't make it to this morning. So you don't know what the day is going to
Mhm.
bring. But you also have to know that it's not about, what you have. It's really about the impact that you
Mhm.
make on those around you.
But the thing about right now, people got to understand the impact is what impact are you making on someone?
Yeah.
People don't understand. You could walk in the grocery store. You can walk in I was going to say the mall, but I mean, you can walk in anywhere. You can walk in the
Mhm.
church. You can walk in uh, at work.
Mhm.
What impact are you making on someone?
That's good.
What really? Leaving out of work yesterday, every time somebody walked by my desk, because I sit by the door, we say, good night, see you in
Mhm.
the morning, right?
Mhm.
And the lady said, well, you're not going to be here in the morning? And I said, well, I'll see you Monday. I'll be here in the morning, but you won't be here in the morning. So when somebody walks by my desk, to me,
Mhm.
I value that. You don't
Mhm.
walk by my desk without speaking and saying goodbye, especially when you do it every day.
Yeah, you value
Right.
relationships,
So it's
right?
right.
Yeah. So we value relationships just like as we were talking this morning and I was sharing some things with you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people need to know, we sometimes we want validation from others, right? But really God is the person who validates us.
Amen.
And so
Amen.
sometimes we're looking for validation and we're looking for others to tell us that we're valuable
Mm-hmm.
and that we're worthy and we're
Mm-hmm.
worth something. But you know what? You have to esteem yourself.
You do.
So I'm a person who, even talking to my clients,
Mm-hmm.
I try to teach them how to build yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Build yourself up. Speak life into yourself. You're beautiful. You're worth it. You know what? You have what it takes to complete the task. Start being kind and loving to yourself. Then you won't really look for validations from others.
But what
Yes.
you have to do is, I mean, cut you off is,
Hmm.
you have to wake up and you just say, I'm beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
this. I'm
Yeah.
that. You got to talk to yourself. You got to speak it in existence.
It sounds good, Regina, but there are so many people in the world right now that don't believe that about themselves.
That they're not
Because
beautiful.
because they're walking in images that other people have, said to them, images that other people have portrayed upon
Mm-hmm.
them. They're not feeling that they're worthy,
Mm-hmm.
or they're comparing themselves to others because I'm in the car business and Regina's in the car business and she's selling more cars. So now I feel insignificant because I'm not on her level. When people don't realize that, you know what, you have your own calling, your own gifting, your own space you're supposed to be in, that you don't have to compare yourself to anyone else because guess what? There's a lane directly for you.
So the bottom line is get in your own lane.
That
Get in
sounds
your own
good.
lane.
That it
But
sounds good, but
but
just think about it.
no,
I've
no,
already
no, no, no,
look how
no,
many
no,
car
no. No, no,
accidents
no,
it
no, no, no,
is.
no.
Think
No, no,
about
no.
a car
Get in
accident.
your
People always
no,
trying
no,
to get in
no.
somebody else's
No, no,
lane.
right. But you gotta be able to get in your own lane.
It
You
sounds
got to.
good. And I want to stay in my own lane, right? So I'm in agreement with you. But think about people always want what somebody else want. We covet other people's stuff. Oh, I want a bigger house. If Regina got a 4 bedroom house and I got a 2 bedroom house, oh, I wish I had a four
Regina
bedroom
got a
house.
half a bedroom house
I'm
right
just
now.
saying,
I got a
just think
half a
about
bedroom.
that.
Wait a minute. I live in a studio. I got the bathroom in one corner. I got the kitchen in one corner. And I mean, I'm in a box, you know? Okay. Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me, Lord. That was just a little joke.
I was smiling. I ain't got nothing to say. Because when the Lord comes down, if He does something to you, it wasn't me, Lord. Forget her. Get her. No, I'm just saying. But honestly, if we can really be honest, people they measure themselves by what someone else may have sometime, and that causes us not to live in our full potential.
So basically, what we're saying to you guys today is, do you know your value? Do you guys know your value?
Yeah.
We did a lot of going back and forth this morning, right? Felt like I was in a counseling session for a minute. I'm like, man, I'm in a counseling session with you this
You
morning.
could be.
You know,
But you have to recognize that you're more than enough. Like I tell my clients and I tell myself, you know what? You're the prize. That you are more than enough. That you deserve to be here. You know, make a big indentation in the earth. Make sure when you leave here that you leave empty, that you left everything in the earth realm, everything you can do
Oh,
to
okay. We're
help,
gonna keep it.
everything
We're
you
gonna
can do.
we're gonna
That's
keep it
value.
moving
That's
today.
worth, right?
We're gonna keep it
So,
moving today.
listen, you want it.
We're gonna
You
keep
wanted
it moving
this.
today.
So let me give you what you want this morning,
We're
okay?
gonna keep it moving today. That's what we're gonna do.
Listen, if you watching now, listen, chime in. How do you measure your value? Because me personally, I want you to know that your value and your worth isn't something that you earn. It's already yours. You're already enough.
But
you
you
already
really,
have what you need.
well,
to
really, honestly,
succeed.
you have to claim it. You
Yes.
have to claim it.
Yeah.
If you don't claim, if you don't know your value,
Yeah.
you better pray about it. You better pray about it.
And get somebody to help
Yeah,
you.
get somebody- it's-
Recognize.
Psychology today.
Yeah.
Psychology today. If you need someone to talk to,
If you need a therapist, yes.
you need a therapist.
All you got to do is put your zip code in. Somebody will pop up. If you put 48341 in, you're going to see my face pop up. Hey, good morning. So
Well, you know what the thing is? Okay, now you're opening yourself up.
I'm just saying.
Because now, the reason I say she opened herself up, because, you know, Dr. T, you're going to have this long list of people wanting to talk to you.
Yeah, but guess what? So now we're doing something different. So Dr. T is taking all type of insurances. So we might have a conversation.
So in other words, no more free. Anybody that's listening, you did something with Dr. T and you got it for free, is no more free. We talked about free on the way in. No more free.
Free
You know,
99.
No,
Everyone needs-
no more free 99 from
So
anybody.
here's the thing. You invest in yourself. So that helps build your value and your worth. You have to invest in the things that you want and need in your life to help you.
But let me just say this. You go get your hair done.
Yeah.
You get your nails done.
True.
You get your car washed.
True.
You know, you get your clothes clean. You spend your money on what you want to spend your money on.
So you got
You
money
go-
to spend on mental
Right.
health.
And then you go to the nicest restaurant. It's tax time, right? What are people doing?
Going to the
I always talk about how people get a car. People get a car every year, every other year,
Yeah.
because they take their money and they spend it on getting a car.
Good
Or
job.
they go to the best restaurants. We talk about that.
Yeah, we
you
talked
go to the
about that.
finest restaurants right now. So use your money. Invest in yourself.
That's true.
Because you got to have your mind clear. If you don't have your mind clear, then nothing else matters.
And learn how to save something, guys. So since we on this piece, learn how to save something, because you need to see something. You need an emergency fund. You need a few dollars. So don't spend it all. If you when you
'Cause
get
you never know when something might
when you
happen.
get these taxes, put you a couple dollars up in the bank, because you never, in 6 months from now, you don't know what you may need, but you know you're gonna need something. So that's good.
Trust me, I know about that. I know about that, because when things happen, you got to be able to shift.
Yeah.
How do you shift?
Yeah.
How do you change your mindset, right? If you do the same thing over and over again, you got to change that mindset.
Yeah. If you weren't getting a check for the next 3 months, could you still survive? That's serious.
That is serious.
That's serious. But listen, before we go to break, we need to introduce these tickets again. Listen, we got 4 tickets that we're giving away on the show today for the Legends of Laughter. Who we got, Regina?
We got Simone. We got Detroit owns native Coco in the house. We got Lavelle Crawford. Who else we got, Dr. T?
Don DC Curry, and we have comic Jay Will. It's tonight at 8 p.m. at the Fox in Detroit. So listen, grab your gators, grab your homies, grab your girls, get ready. It's time to take it out tonight. It's cold in the D, but y'all go and attend this Legends of Laughter.
We got 4 tickets. 4 tickets we're giving away. But on the show today, we got Mario candidate. Mario candidate. Get my words right. Mike
Yeah.
McGinnis.
He's in the building, y'all.
In the
Listen,
building.
when we come back from break, you'll be able to see him. Yes. So y'all get ready. Get y'all papers and your pencils ready. He got some news you can use.
News you can use.
Yeah.
He's going to tell us why he is the best candidate.
And I want to know, guys.
I want to know. Do you want to know?
Do you
I want to
wanna
know.
Yeah, I want to be in the know. All right?
We'll be right back. Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, "Give me the Queen," or go to thequeendeals.com.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com. Master Baker Sierra Crudup.
Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, "Give me the Queen," or go to thequeendeals.com. Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
Yeah, we're back, and we're in the studio this morning. Dr. T
Yeah.
with Mario candidate.
Yes.
Mike McGinnis is in the house.
Whoop,
We,
whoop.
me and Mike go back. I don't know what. Ooh, he said 26 years.
Like
27
flats on a
years?
Cadillac.
We do.
It flies by.
Right, flies by. You know what? But we have been graced this morning with the presence of our city council president, Mike McGinnis is in the house. He is in the house this morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Good morning, beautiful ladies.
Yes, you
So
look good.
excited.
You look good this morning.
I know.
You
You
look good. Like,
you did all this for me? Man, thanks.
put that nice jacket on this morning. He's looking all
You know,
crispy clean this
He
morning.
said, look, I'm running for mayor. What's up?
He's wake up and he's ready.
Wake up ready.
I just know my value.
Yeah,
Ooh.
awaken the
Thought I'd
wind.
put it on my shoulders.
Listen, y'all know that was the word of the day, right? Listen, come on, value. So since we talking about it, let's get right into it. I'm so excited to have you sitting here with us. So value was the word of the day. When you hear that word, what do you think about?
It's something that is also quantifiable. So, sometimes it's on a balance sheet. It runs, when your credits run, but really it's about the intangible.
Yeah.
What's within you, what's innate and always with you.
Come on.
So when you were saying a lot, it made me reflect a lot. Even in this campaign, I know my value, I know Pontiac's value, and so there's a lane to victory.
Yeah.
So I'm pursuing it.
I love that.
Well, you know what, Mike? For the people that don't know you, so we're excited to have you on our show today. But let's give a shout out to our producer, Santi. I'll give him his own name, right?
Big bruh.
Big
That's what
bruh.
we call him. But
Big bruh.
Come on, Santi
Right.
Lucas.
Yeah, big shout out to him this morning because he made it happen for you to be on the show, and we appreciate him. So give a shout out to him this morning. But for the people that don't know you, Mike, tell us a little bit about your background, who you are, where you came from. For the people that don't know Mike McGinnis.
Thank you. It's hard to shove 41 years into a few seconds, so I'll do my best. I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah, you are. You just had a birthday?
That's right.
When
So,
was your birthday, Mike?
February 1st.
Come on,
so I'm
happy
41
belated.
now, and for my entire adult career, it's about improving our community, public service. I just really am thrilled by the ability to use the government and political process to make life better and to make our community better. And that's true for any part of America, but where I'm focused on is right here in Pontiac.
But Mike, where are you from?
Always lived in Oakland County.
Okay.
Both my parents, they met in Pontiac
Okay.
over 45 years ago. They both have had a lot of struggles, including with mental health. So their relationship didn't last long, but they both have been very loving parents. And it's my dad that he's been in Pontiac for decades, and he loves Pontiac. And he really instilled that into me from a very young age. So I went to Oakland University. So with divorced parents in between West Bloomfield and Pontiac, I went to Walled Lake Schools. I went to Oakland University, and I chose that in part because I was with my dad in the Knolls off University Drive.
Wait a minute. Shout out to Oakland University because the Queen graduated from Oakland University.
Yeah.
And I had a great experience there, and in part to pay my own way, because my parents weren't able to really be there in a financially stable way. I worked multiple jobs. I did AmeriCorps National Service, and it was based in Pontiac. So after school and summer youth enrichment programs helped pay my way through college. Great experience. But political science was my deal. I was student body president, involved in a lot of student organizations. I loved Oakland University. And then from there, I was running campaigns, worked in the state legislature, chaired the Oakland County Democratic Party at a very young age. And really, my mentor was and is Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence. So I got involved at this point, maybe 15, 14 years ago, in her different campaigns, supporting her. And when she went to Congress, I worked on her campaigns, worked in her congressional office. And as I had bought my first home in Pontiac and then my second home. First I was on Mechanic, now I'm on Union Street, so very close Woodward and M59, and was very active in trying to beautify my neighborhood, stabilize it, make it safer. I just got more and more involved and was very impassioned about local service in Pontiac. So
I want to go back.
Well, if you have any questions this morning, we want to make sure you give us a call at 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128. And you know what? We do have something for the first caller. What can we give away besides the 4 tickets?
We got $25 we can give away.
Yeah, we got $25 to give away for the first caller this morning. Has to pertain to Mike, right?
Yeah.
The question has to be toward Mike this morning. So give us a call, 248-905-1128. We're giving away $25 to the first caller, and then we're also giving away those 4 tickets to what?
Yes, we're giving the 4 tickets away to the Legends of Laughter, which is happening tonight at 8 p.m. at the Fox Theater. We have Detroit native Coco. We got Don D.C. Curry, Lavelle Crawford, some more, and Comic J. Will that will be in the house tonight. You can get those 4 tickets tonight, 8 p.m. Fox Theater. So, Mike, I was asking you a question. I thank you that you shared with us kind of your story, how you're affiliated with Pontiac and where you grew up and stuff. But what really stuck out is when you went to school, you said you worked multiple jobs and you also got involved. You were in, your major is in political science. But what I've learned is that when people are in these areas and they have to work and have to actually put their hands to the grind, that they come back and try to help, try to help the communities. Tell the listeners what's one thing that you're hoping to do if you're elected and get the position as mayor in Pontiac.
there's a lot on the to-do list.
Yes.
So first up, we have to make sure that the team is built out at Pontiac City Hall. There's a lot of turnover, a lot of vacancy, and so the job can't fully get done because we need a full team. But if we're looking at results for residents and the neighborhoods, I think the earliest thing that needs to happen is a real focus on neighborhoods and revitalizing and cleaning our neighborhoods. Okay. So I think of my dad on Court Street in the Knolls, and when I'm in his neighborhood, of course I know, and I'm always focused on my own, but I think about, we have a lot of territory to cover. We got 21 square miles, 60,000 people living here. A lot of neighborhoods don't feel the love, don't see the attention in terms of street lights out, trash accumulating in the curbs, the drains being clogged, all those little things, they add up. a lot's happened to really make sure that our neighborhoods codes enforced in terms of blight and homes that were dilapidated. So we've moved beyond really struggling and drowning. We're at the surviving, and I want our neighborhoods and our whole city to move on to thriving.
That's cool.
And that's my role as mayor is to make that transition, lead the way with a strong team that's positive and moving forward. But we've got to get to thriving.
I love that.
Do we have a caller? No?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So callers, 248-905-1128. Mike McGinnis is in the studio. He's ready for your questions, y'all. He's locked and loaded. Regina.
So, Mike, I have a question. What's one of the biggest accomplishments you have done for the city thus far? Because you have been in various positions in the city.
That's right. When I was chairing the Arts Commission, the biggest accomplishment in that role was launching the Arts Crawl, bringing thousands of people together in a grassroots way, in a really, beautiful way into our downtown, make it feel alive. When I was on the school board and president of the school board, the biggest accomplishment, we had a major deficit, and school board members alongside me and before me had to make really hard decisions about how do we reduce costs so that way we have enough to have the school district still survive. But when I was board president, we ultimately eliminated that massive $51 million deficit. So that was the biggest accomplishment during my school board, 5 years of service. And as city council president, I would say that there are many accomplishments, but the biggest that probably will last for a very long time, resonate for decades, is that supporting and helping lead the way for the Oakland County move back into downtown Pontiac. When times were flush and the city and the county were growing massively in the 1950s, they made the move to move the county complex on the outskirts of town, Telegraph, right on the border with Woodward. It used to be in downtown Pontiac for 150 years, but it was that sort of move to modern and new, and shopping malls were the thing, and everybody had cars, because when historic downtown Pontiac was built out, people were riding horses, or it was a lot smaller population in Oakland County. So for us to be able to bring hundreds of back into downtown county employees and that massive tens of millions of dollars investment into the southern part of the downtown that's been very dormant, that's something that's going to reverberate for a very long time. Is that the only accomplishment? No, but that's probably the one that you can say, if it wasn't me in that seat, or if it was a different city council, they might not have been willing to be as bold or step out and say, yes, this is the direction we want to go. Because there's always the naysayer or the hand wringer that says, that's a giveaway. You're giving away too much power to Oakland County, or they'll say that doesn't matter. Yes, it's not the only thing we need to do, but that's a major move, and now that's brought in tens of millions of dollars from the state and from the county that continues, hopefully for generations, if we do it well.
I got just one more question. What's one of your biggest strengths that you bring?
I think it's resilience, and I learned that from my dad, actually. He's somebody that's been in and out of the mental health system, in and out of the state psychiatric hospital that was in Pontiac, Clinton Valley. It's since torn down and gone, but many Pontiac folks know it well, or had family that worked there, or even had patients there. Yeah. And you're training there. That's fantastic. So, when I was young, it was very traumatizing. It was scary in the sense of, what does that mean? Is my dad going to be okay? Is he going to be around? And then what does that mean for life afterward? But so, when he was having episodes and he'd get in trouble with the law or be on the news or anything like that, it just really stays with you. But then that isn't the end of the story. It's that he didn't let that be the end. He bounced back. He worked hard. He worked so hard for Kroger for almost 30 years. He had trained to be in the medical field, and his first job was at Pontiac General Hospital. So, he could have said, I'm not doing my first passion and first love. Life is over. Or, my first relationships didn't work out. That's it. But no, he kept going. And that's in part Pontiac's story. There's so many people in Pontiac, myself included, that if the first stumble or the first failure was the defining moment, then that would be the end of it. So I have, in my own life and in my public service, there are so many ways that we can do good and make a difference. And if we just say, this is the only issue we're going to focus on, or if that didn't go the right way, that kind of pivot and keep going positive, energetic, happy. I'm like that happy warrior, and it really has allowed me to endure a lot.
So
and
wait,
allowed me
wait,
to
Mike.
endure a lot.
Hold that thought. We got a caller. We got somebody that wants to ask a question.
Okay.
So, all right, who we got on the line?
Hi, this is Chantel Cranford on also.
Good morning,
Morning.
Chantel. Attorney.
Morning.
Good morning, attorney.
I just have a really quick question for Mike. Good morning, Mike.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
Great, great.
I just want to know if the people of Pontiac elect you to be their mayor, what will be your first objective? Like, what's the number one thing on your to-do list?
Great question. And you can't just do one thing, but the one thing that will set us up to be able to accomplish many objectives is build a team. Get the team in place and really reinforce morale with the current city employees. So the mayor is the chief executive of our city government. They run the executive branch. So that means all the staff, all the employees, with few exceptions, they ultimately report to the mayor. So you have to be the leader, the motivator, the chief morale officer, that cheerleader, but you've got to put the systems and the improvements in place so that way they can be successful. And it's been a challenge in many, many years. It's not limited to just the last few years where we have high turnover. We have a lot of department leaders that the positions are vacant, and then that just puts more stress on everyone else. So the morale in City Hall with some hardworking people that love Pontiac is really challenged right now. So that would be the first thing, is you got to build that team, not wait a long time to make decisions. You've got to be bold, decisive, move quick, build out that team, and build them up so that way they can do the hard day-to-day work and feel empowered to say, you know what, it's not the best pay, and we can work on that. We've done a lot on that front. It's challenging. People get mad. They're calling because something's not right. But we've got the power to make those improvements in their lives and in their neighborhood, and that's exciting. So I want to instill and empower that excitement so that way we have a full built-out team, and once we build it, we keep them. We retain that team. So that's more of a internal to City Hall, but that will have major positive effects throughout the entire city and all the many, many projects that we want to see happen, from speed humps being installed so streets are safer, so that way the snow and ice systems, like we're dealing with that pronto, there's so many needs that we have, but you got to have a team, got to motivate that team and keep that team.
Wow. So, Chantel, you're still on. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to Mike's response to you?
I do. So once you have your ideal team, you've built your all-star team, what is your number one objective post-ideal team?
Thank you for that. I want our city to be safer, cleaner, and financially stable. And the way in which we can make our neighborhoods and our major roads cleaner and more attractive would be, I think, something that can move quickly, where we can see that no matter the season, no matter the time of year. And that goes to streetlights, landscaping, road condition, but just the appearance of businesses and vacant land. And so we hear so much from residents about how Auburn or Perry or Paddock or Huron, these roads that sometimes have small businesses, those business corridors, they've been suffering and neglected for decades. And it shows. It's not as bad as it was during the depths of the Great Recession and the housing crisis with a lot of vacant homes. So we're stabilized, but to get to be thriving, I want to see a comprehensive effort from the team at City Hall, working with the community, where we are focused on activating our corridors and our neighborhoods so that way they see the infusion of attention, where they can see it better lit, it's more maintained, that all the property owners are doing their part, and that includes the landlords, that includes people that have invested and they're just sitting on the property, nothing's happening. We need everyone to be doing their part and moving our neighborhoods and our corridors forward.
That's good. So Chantel's still on.
Okay, so thank you for calling in,
Chantel.
Attorney Chantel.
Yeah.
But thank you for you got it. Wow, you can get her information
I
so
have
that
it.
we can.
I have her information.
Okay.
Thank you, Chantel, so much for joining us.
Have a great day, guys.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you for the great questions.
We'll take a quick break.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, give me the queen, or go to thequeendeals.com.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com. Master Baker Sierra Crudup.
Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, give me the queen, or go to thequeendeals.com.
And we are back with Mike. So, Mike, when we got off on break before the caller, you were kind of talking about your, what you plan to do once, not if you get in that seat, what you're going to do. But I asked the question about picking the right team. So what's your ideal team?
A team that looks like Pontiac.
Okay.
A team that has strong love and connection to Pontiac. Doesn't mean everyone has to live there right now, because you legally can't even make that requirement. But you want to be in this because you're committed to the work. And so somebody that might have more non-traditional background, that doesn't concern me. It's are you up for the challenge? Do you love Pontiac and its people? And do you want to be a part of something amazing? Because making a community stronger, healing neighborhoods, that's a transformative experience. It's something that you can take with you for the rest of your life, and if you're willing, it could be your life's calling. And for me, it's my life's calling. It's what I've been building towards. I'm really excited about the opportunity to make Pontiac stronger together and move it forward faster, because we need the pace of change to be stronger and faster.
We do need some change. So how are you going to motivate your team to come in? So even if they love Pontiac, even if you live in Pontiac and you're going to be serving on a team, you've seen so much turnover. I'm a born and raised Pontiac person. You've seen so much turnover. You've heard so many things. You see the morale of the city, right? How are you going to motivate these individuals to come in and get on the same team as you so that we can push towards change and not stay in the same position?
Yeah. 3 ideas on that front. 1, I've got to model it. I've got to be there grinding hard. They've got to see that their mayor is all locked in and pushing the boulder forward.
Okay.
Because who wants to be a part of it when you're the only one isolated? We need to be able to have that communication and shared understanding of the vision of where we're going. But I, as mayor, have to be locked in, and I'm really eager for that.
Well, the communication now, when you say communication?
Sure. You have to, I'm not here to sort of litigate, but I could, all the ways in there's been missed opportunities. Missed opportunities in recent years, but if we're looking to the future, it's about everyone in City Hall and every resident should have a really good understanding of where are we going? How are we going to get there? And then from there, when we got that locked in, then we can worry about the nuts and bolts of how are the different individual strategies and what's everyone's piece of that bigger push. Because it's not just limited to who works for the city and then there's everyone else. Because we got 40,000 parcels or pieces of land. We got 60,000 people, and then there's tens of thousands of people that work here, grew up here, love here. So we're talking, like, that's a lot of stakeholders, 100,000 people, and a lot of us can do our different way to contribute. But so that communication is that from finance to purchasing to public works to code enforcement, all those departments, they need to feel as though they're part of a team and are communicating with one another. And most importantly, the mayor needs to be communicating with them and facilitating that cross team engagement. So that's what I was referencing to communication, like where you're motivated. Think about any of the organizations or businesses that you've been with for years. When you're at the dealership, let's say you got all these different departments or different offices. Imagine if they were working hard, but they were just in their own different departments and offices. There was nothing that was bridging or bringing them together about where are we going? What are our benchmarks? What are our goals and our numbers, and what are we trying to hit?
Yeah.
How do we work together?
Yeah.
That's
How
the main
do we
thing.
work together? And in
Yeah.
part, if you're not even talking about the work or the how, that's really hard.
Well, it's funny that
Really hard.
it's funny that you say that, because when you put it to the dealership world, I think about sales is connected to service, because when you buy a car, you want the customer to come back for service, right? And then also you think about the body shop. You think about, if a customer has an accident, you want them to come to the body shop, right? You want to you can connect all three together,
Yeah,
right?
financing.
And-
Think about they had great experiences
Exactly.
on the others, and then that piece
Yes.
was really crumbling. The deal might not close,
Yes. And
or they won't come back.
all departments working together. And it's funny that you say that, because now you're making me think that's exactly how the city works. Because if we all don't work together under one roof, we're all not going to be successful. And that's one of the things why dealerships don't last to this day, or they're not around, is because they're not all working together under one roof. So
That can speak volumes for a
Yes.
lot of organizations. But I had a question, Mike. A lot of the city of Pontiac residents are concerned about certain areas, like certain apartment complexes and things that are happening. What are you going to do to help, like, bring in some of the stuff that's happening, like in the Northfield Farms, in the Spring Lakes, and in all of these places? What would you do to help get us all on the same page, so those areas can be considered safer or feel safer?
The city needs to have a stronger, more consistent presence where there's areas of concern. And those are two that you name checked would be towards the top of the list of
Yeah.
room for improvement, but also room for empowerment of residents. Because
Yeah.
there's great people that live there,
Yes.
great people that want a good life, and they deserve a stable, quality living situation. So it's about, again, code enforcement's one piece,
Yeah.
with the inspections, et cetera. But then we've got all these other entities that if we were all communicating, all working together with the sheriff department, with the public works
Yeah.
in terms of how are the streetlights working over there? If you have if you're sort of showing a heat map of where there's different crime or activities or break-ins,
Yeah.
we just had a number of incidents on
Yes.
the east side where
Yes.
the intruder was thankfully caught quick once it was realized that this was
Yeah.
a string. But if we saw that heat map and we're saying, okay, how can we communicate with the residents, let them know what's up? How can we take some measures? How can we increase patrols? Are the streetlights working? Are are we paying adequate attention? And then what's our strategy to act? We've made investments recently through the city for group violence intervention. It's a national model, and so we brought Pontiac leaders into this and hired them to sort of intervene before violent crime happens, before group or gang violence takes hold and gets out of control. And that's a big piece of it. When you have a history of that happening in certain neighborhoods, we need to have a very strong strategy and then implement it.
Yeah, that's real. So listen, for those of you that are listening, we're giving away 4 tickets today. 4 tickets. Mike have said a lot of things about what he wants to do, how he wants to move the city of Pontiac into a new phase of togetherness. And so the next caller that calls in, you will be the winner. Now, listen, don't call in if you're not going to be able to use these tickets. We got 4 tickets for tonight's show, tonight. And this is the Legends of Laughter. It has Detroit's native Coco. We have Lavelle Crawford, Don D.C. Curry, Samore, and Comic J. Will. 8 p.m. tonight, Fox Theater, 4 tickets. If you want those tickets, call in. We got them for you. But when you call in, make sure you speak to Mike.
So, my question, Mike, is what do you think about the monies that's being coming into downtown Pontiac? All the monies that, well, we got the Strand that's successful now, right? We have, well, where's I going with my question? But well, all the monies that's coming into downtown. Tell me, well, all the small businesses that we have going on downtown, right? The people that actually got money for small businesses to actually grow.
She had a question. She lost it.
I did. I lost it.
That's okay.
I
but-
apologize.
Yeah, 'cause
Real quick.
I can run with that.
But I know where she's going with this because
I
I was
lost
going
it
to ask
real
that
quick.
question too. Like for the small business owners, how are you going to maintain those relationships and the money
Thank
that
you,
just
thank
came
you,
in?
thank you.
Like how are you going to maintain the relationships with the small business owners, especially with more change coming to the city of Pontiac?
Yeah, so on the city council, we voted to establish the small business grants through the federal funds that came in. We awarded 39 Pontiac small businesses with
Did they
those
get them
grants.
though? Because I heard that it was a.
I am in touch with many of those businesses, and as of last night, no. That
Yeah.
they are still, there's all these different moving goalposts of you got to fill out this more form, or we got to send it to the attorneys. So when you set up something, including an amazing thing like money, right? You know, that you're distributing money to try and accomplish a purpose, it's got to be tight and it's got to be well organized. So there's been some definite challenge there on the administrative side, but on the council side to vote it and approve it, we also have infused more money for another round of small business. So those are wins, but the question is how do you make it stick? And there's been some.
But wait, it's
But what-
when, but when they getting it.
But what do you think that they took so too long to actually award the money?
Yes.
To actually pick because
'Cause I heard
a lot
it
of
was
people
a
were
long time.
complaining on Facebook, and I think you got in there at one time and kind of tried to debrief it, to calm them down, because
Mm-hmm.
when,
I just
when-
want to make sure people got the information.
that's it. But a lot of people were upset because it took too long for
With
the
good reason,
administration to
yeah.
give the monies, and then you're on a
Understandably
time
upset.
frame.
And they're still, these are people that either live in my district
Mm-hmm.
or they're calling, and I know every council member is getting these calls, because when we vote to say, hey, let's create this program, we don't expect it to be a year and a half or a year to go by.
Yeah.
And when we vote in December to award the funds, we don't expect for it to be many, many months after. That, you know, once that vote happens, we want it to be implemented. And it's been frustrating for us, but I'm sure it's very frustrating for those that are relying on it. I heard from a small business last night that, you know, there's at this point going into default with
Yeah.
a contractor because they repaired their roof knowing that this money was awarded.
Yeah.
And here they are months later, still don't have it. And that's a problem. It has real implications for businesses trying to make it, you know.
So are businesses forewarned ahead of time that it could take this length of time? Because I do know several businesses that were awarded it and they really could use the funds now so that they can stay afloat. Because there has been many changes, like even in the economy, and so they kind of need the money. So were they told ahead of time, look, this could take 10 months before you get it?
Based on what the small business owners are sharing with me, it's a surprise to them.
I thought so.
If I were mayor today, I could give you a stronger answer. If I
Yeah.
were mayor today, I could have worked to resolve some of those backlogs or make sure everyone knew from the jump.
Okay.
And that's important, right, in terms of setting expectations.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with federal money that comes with all these strings,
Yeah.
and you got to know what those strings are. And if somebody's counting on it, banking on it, they deserve to know what that means too. But it's a surprise to me as a council person and the president, so I'm certain it's a surprise to many as well.
Yeah. Do we got a callers? All right, y'all. Y'all got time to get these tickets. 248-905-1128. The tickets are for tonight. The Legends of Laughter, 8 p.m. at the Fox Theater. So, wow, Mike, you said a mouthful
Yeah.
there, right?
And she asked the question, though, about
Yeah.
investments into downtown Pontiac.
Yeah.
In my professional background, I've been able to be a downtown director and learn a lot. I think a lot of the piece about what needs to happen for our downtown and our business community also addresses a question that was asked earlier of how do you motivate your team?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about the small wins.
Yeah.
Building, you know, like having those short-term victories, so that way you've got the endurance to keep pushing for the medium and then the really big problems. The way in which we're going to heal and cultivate a stronger Pontiac, it's got to be small, quick wins leading to bigger and then leading to the major problems and working through those obstacles. Downtown's a great example where you can make some short-term, improvements, the appearance, those small businesses feeling more supported. Because although we have a number of very cool places to eat, places to shop, there's a lot more vacancy than there is occupancy. And we cannot rely on the big stuff to carry the day. Pontiac over the last 50, 60 years has always been trying to do the one big thing, and it costs tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, and then everything else withers and doesn't see the attention. So it's about trying to use the small business ecosystem to really breathe life. And there's always turnover. There's always, not every small business is going to last forever. That's just the nature of that economy and industry. But we can't just rely on the big ticket items to carry the day. That was sort of the deal with the Silver Dome. Let's build it as a city. That's going to put us on the map. It sure did, but that wasn't alone to carry the day when there's job loss and tax base eroding and neighborhoods that are aging and housing stock that's getting really old.
Yeah, Mike, when you first came on, you kind of talked about your mentor, Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence. And so kind of talk to us about, like, if you are mayor for Pontiac, who will be your accountability partners? Because we see now we have some questionable things that we're reading. We don't know if those things are true or not. But who would you choose or have or bring with you to be your accountability partners to hold you accountable to do the things that you say you're going to do?
Well, there's 62,000 of them, and they are all Pontiac residents.
Hello,
So that,
62.
Good answer.
61,000.
Good answer.
Right.
Good
But
answer, Mike.
I love that.
so yeah, I mean,
love that.
the residents in the community,
Yes.
one, need to feel engaged and be able to have that understanding of what's happening. But
But how accessible are you to us, though?
I want to be the most accessible mayor that we've ever seen.
Oh,
And that includes using a lot of different strategies that other mayors and supervisors and leaders have done around Michigan and around the country in terms of getting information to residents, but not in an overload way. And as somebody who loves Pontiac history and has all this frame of reference, I got to work to editorialize myself down, but there could be a mayor's minute where it's just a little recording where it says, hey, this is what's happening with the snow emergency that we have right now. Here's how you can do your part, and here's how you can report to the city if there's any issues right where you stay.
I love that.
Like that.
Listen,
And it
we
goes
got a
across the
question
board.
for you.
Yeah.
So, revitalization and meeting places are necessary to keep young people in the city. What are your plans for Pontiac?
And that's
To
from
keep the
Patricia.
That's from Patricia. Pat, we talked about you this morning. What are your plans to keep the young people?
Pontiac has all the elements in place for it in terms of we are interesting, we're historic, we've got the culture, we are interesting. We're a fascinating place, and we've got interesting parts of town. What we need, though, to retain the next generations and the generations after that is that we have to be active and vitality and feel alive. A lot of our historic and interesting places, from downtown to the corner shops, et cetera, we've got to breathe new life into them so that way they can go the long haul, but they feel like there is a future. It can't be interesting, but it feels like it's the tail end or it's winding down. There's got to be that vitality and activity. But also, we need to have housing that meets the needs of those that want to either stay here, return here, or choose here in the first place. So that means across the board, I want to see construction and renovation of housing in a major way. And
I'm
that'll be a
glad you mentioned that.
defining hallmark of my time as mayor, from townhouses to apartments to condos to single-family homes to multifamily, taking the properties that we have right now, breathing new life into them. We have a number of sort of small corner apartments that were built maybe before cars were a thing. And so the parking isn't right, but getting creative across the board and that reinfusion of new and improved housing, that draws in people that are in their 20s, 30s, or people that are deciding, hey, I can't handle these stairs from my family house on Bassett Street or on Forest or on Regent. Where can I retire to? Where can I age in place? And is that a senior community, or is that single-family ranches and condos? And that's where sometimes a lot of other cities surrounding us, they've been able to grow and evolve because they've had that ability, because we're older and we have a lot of existing land use and
Yeah.
homes, we just got to be creative about it, but the opportunity is there and we've got to seize it. Otherwise, they're going to move elsewhere.
Well,
And
Mike, I wanna go back.
yeah.
Go ahead, Regina.
No, go ahead because go ahead.
I just wanted to go back because you talked about housing and stuff, and I really wanted to hone in on that really quick because we even had a few years ago a mother and her children freeze to death. We just recently read in Detroit. Blessings to the family of the young woman who had the children. Two of them froze to death in a car, and then we have homelessness things going around here in homelessness in Pontiac too. We know we have shelters. We know we have churches that are opening up. So I'm so very glad that you start talking about what you want to see done with these vacant lands. And so, how will we tackle homelessness? I know you said that we can get, apartments, condos, and what about people who literally need the minimum so that they can live? The minimum, they have the minimum and pay, but they need somewhere to live.
The noteworthy thing about me and my service and my candidacy for mayor is that you can judge me on my track record. And on the city council and as a member of the city's planning commission, setting aside even the work I did on school board, but in those roles, my votes consistently have been very pro-housing, pro-affordable and attainable housing, and even the Hope Warming Shelter that's at Baldwin Avenue, they have a very dynamic plan for a major expansion. And on the planning commission, despite people that are concerned about they don't want that kind of thing in our city, I say yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We already have it.
We need it.
We need it to be more quality and more space. So I voted in favor of that. Thank God it passed. So Hope Warming Shelter is able to have a major expansion and upgrade. So it's a better,
Amen.
decent,
Thank you,
more
Lord.
attractive
Yeah.
situation on Baldwin in our major corridor.
Amen.
But every time that a housing question comes to me, unless there's something really major that needs to get improved, I'm for it. And my votes have shown that. And we need that kind of approach. How do we get to yes? Not why can we think of a reason to say no?
Now,
If
I know
there's- if
Regina
there's
got a
short-
question.
Okay.
So we do have these 4 tickets to give away. Still, we got 5 minutes, and if you guys don't call in, or let's just say the next question you put on screen, we got to give away those tickets for
Now
tonight.
you got to be able to go tonight. You got to be able to go. You got to be able to go to the concert tonight. The Legends of Laughter. 4 tickets for tonight.
So my last question is, if you become mayor, what does your first 30 days look like? What's most important on the agenda?
I've spoken to it in terms of moving quick on building that team, but it's also scaling up quick how we are going to be accessible and engaging to residents so they can see that and build that pattern of how we're going to be able to hear from them and share out with them. And that's something that can happen very swiftly in those first 30 days. So it's building out that team, keeping strong relations with whomever the people choose as their next city council. That's something that, as a current city council president, I can hit the ground running to make sure that we're communicating and governing as a whole city, not just the mayor's over here and then everyone else over there. We've got to be building those relationships and maintaining those strong communications.
Good.
Building that team.
Man, building that team. Wow. This has been really good. You have shed some light. I think I got to know you a little bit better. So that's good.
What day is your birthday?
January 24th.
And
Oh,
he's
was it
never
good,
gonna
fellow
forget it.
Aquarius?
Yes.
I'm never gonna forget it.
Was it
He's
good this
never
year?
gonna forget. It was good. My birthday is good every year because I make sure that I have a good time. I'm a person who believes in celebrating yourself. It's good when others celebrate you, but it's even better when you celebrate yourself.
You do.
Because guess what? I'm worth it. I'm the prize.
Value, knowing your value.
That's true. Yeah. So listen, we got a question. Look, how are you attracting the new businesses in Pontiac? Okay. So Patricia, you won.
Yay.
Listen, you got the 4 tickets for tonight for the Legends of
Well, can you
Laughter.
go?
Can you
Can
go,
you go?
Pat?
Put that on the
Pat, we
screen.
need to know
Yes
if you can
or
go.
no?
We got 4 tickets. Listen, you got them grandgirls, you got sons and daughters. Y'all, listen, y'all need to take these tickets and have a good time tonight. So if you can't go, I know somebody can go.
Can you go, Patricia? Can you go? Yes or no? Put
Can
that on
you
the
go,
screen.
Pat? Come on, Pat. Put it on the screen.
Do you have any last words for us? this morning?
It's been a real pleasure. To Ms. Pat's question, the way in which you attract businesses in part is you answer the phone. Because we have a lot of interest or
Wow.
of potential movement and growth in Pontiac, but Pontiac's got to answer the call, get speedy answers. A lot of other communities eat our lunch because we're too focused on trying to get off the first place, the starting plate. If we answer the calls and make strong, swift decisions, I think we can see a lot more results.
Wow, you said they eat our lunch. Wow.
I ain't heard that in a long time.
Me neither.
That is kind of
Wow.
old school. Yeah,
That
No, but I
is-
like it.
I do. Well, you know, she been around for a while. You know, she know that.
Oh.
No, she's just hearing from the old veteran dealers and
Yes, the
salespersons.
old-
They're the ones that use that old gotta get off first base, that
Yes.
kind of thing.
Okay. So, Mike, it was so good to have you on. Thank you for joining, being the driver's
you.
seat. I'm excited for what's happening in the city of Pontiac, and congratulations on your mayoral candidacy.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
And should I win, I'd be honored to come back over and over again to keep getting the information and having the great conversations.
Listen.
We really enjoyed you this
We
morning.
did.
Yeah,
So
we
why
did.
you? What? You know, we want to see you win. We want everybody to win. We want to see
We want Pontiac to
everybody
win.
to
Right,
win.
right.
Yeah, I wake
Right.
up to win. That's
Yeah.
my motto every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, y'all. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Same time, same place next week. Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, "Give me the Queen," or go to thequeendeals.com.